Hey there, Ivo once again, and I want to welcome everyone back to my new video and my new thoughts on this film that I saw last month. And today I'm going to discuss the film Mission Impossible Death Reckoning Part 1, which I saw in movie theater last month. And it explains, and this is the seventh installment in the Mission Impossible franchise. And this to me was the most disappointing film of the year. It was not the worst one, but yes, in the franchise is the worst. And to me, Mission Impossible Death Reckoning is the worst one. I saw it in movie theater with my friend, and I was so disappointed. I fall asleep. It was boring. It was a snore fest. It really wasn't good as the first six movies. This was the worst one. And I have noticed that every time Tom Cruise makes a movie, everyone everyone jumps on it and gives him a praise. Everyone. Last year he did Top Gun Maverick, and everyone gave praise and says, "Oh, it's better than the original Top Gun." And I saw that movie in movie theater too, but I was not impressed. And lately, Tom Cruise is just really not that he's just really overrated. You know, he's overblown. And his movie Mission Impossible: Death Reckoning is overrated. It's overrated. It has better rating than Mission Impossible Fallout, the sixth installment. People are saying it's the best movie in the franchise. What is so good about the film? Explain to me what is so good about the film. This is not the best Mission Impossible film. The movie is boring. It's overlong. It's 2 hours, 43 minutes, way too long. The concept is almost the same as from this film. Yes, they stole from this film. The concept and the story was stolen from this film. And there were 3 writers. And Christopher McGuire, who directed the film, was one of them. And he stole the idea from For Your Eyes Only. He also stole idea from Tomorrow Never Dies from James Bond. I don't know why he did that, but that was just boring trash. This was just a rehashed trash. And Mission Impossible 7 Death Reckoning was a disappointment to me. It has no IMAX in the film. Yes, Part 6 had IMAX. I watched IMAX in Part 6, you know. I saw both the films in movie theater. And this movie is the best one. This is the best Tom Cruise movie he did. This is the best in the franchise. This is my favorite movie in the franchise. It's the best one. I just got a week ago this film. Have not seen the Blu-ray yet. I saw the film movie theater, and I did saw on TV, and I think I saw it on computer. But my Blu-ray disc player broke down. I am saving to buy a new one. So that is why when I received this film, I could not watch, but would love to see this film on Blu-ray because there's still. But yes, this is better. This is the best Mission Impossible. Mission Impossible Fallout is actually my favorite in the franchise. I saw the film, and when I watched the film Death Reckoning, I start missing. I start missing this film. I really start missing this film. And yeah, and there's so many things that with this movie did not work on it. You know, it was so many things. The movie is not that's boring, but that has nothing new. I thought Tom Cruise didn't know what to do with this franchise, and yeah, this movie had a lot of problems. Now, Top Gun Maverick received $1 billion. This movie even did not do that. This movie made the worldwide 936 to $273 million. But it did not even got the billions. You know, did not even return billions. And this was the most expensive Mission Impossible Tom Cruise did and invested. It cost him $290 million, almost $300 million cost him. This is the most expensive Mission Impossible film, and they came with this. They actually came up with this story, which was the same story I saw in James Bond For Your Eyes Only. I saw the same story that I saw in Tomorrow Never Dies from James Bond. They even stole the scene with the motorcycle from this movie GoldenEye. They stole that. The jump with the motorcycle was not, to me, did not impress me, because it was copied and stolen from GoldenEye. I remember that movie. I remember GoldenEye I saw in the beginning, when Pierce Brosnan, James Bond, is driving motorcycle and jumps off the cliff and catches the airplane. That was already, that jump scene, it was similar to this scene. It just, that was practical. And I know the jump was practical, but it did not impress me. I have seen the parachuting thing in Transporter. I mean, Tom Cruise, it's like he forgot what Mission Impossible movies was about. He didn't know anything about it. I mean, this was the worst film I have seen. And people are saying and bitching how this movie is bad, how this movie is bad. This movie is at least not 3 hours over long, and it's boring that much. It has mistakes, yes, it has problems, but I think this movie deserves an apology. You know, I would rather watch this film, The Death Reckoning, once again. There's nothing about the film that I liked. It was boring, it was overlong, Tom Cruise forgot what was about. He completely forgot what the movie was about. And the title of the movie take 28 minutes in the film, which is the longest time that it takes. And even the intro shows everything what in the movie is gonna happen. It's like they revealed what's going to happen to us. No, Tom Cruise, you really have disappointed me with this film. Seriously. And the movie had non-stop problems, which I'll get into it. But let's try to go to the plot, because I barely remember now. But in the beginning of the film, there was a Russian submarine, and they thought someone is hunting them down. So they see an enemy, and they fire missiles. Yet the missiles hits them, and they get blown. And everyone dies, and there's one of the sailors that has this key for this device. There are 2 keys for this device, you know, which I don't know what device was opening those keys, but because it was not explained, we'll have to wait for part 2 so that it will be explained. But the same thing happened in James Bond For Your Eyes Only. I saw that in James Bond For Your Eyes Only, when the British sailors, they actually came across a mine, and they all blown up, and everyone gets died, and everyone dies, you know, because the ship sinks. All the sailors dies, you know, and there's this computer communication device, ATAC, which you can communicate with British fleet and British submarines. And James Bond has been sent to get this device, you know, while Russians are trying to get this device. And this movie is the same. This movie is the chase for this key, for this device that we don't know what is open, what is the device. We don't know anything. And Ethan Hunt, once again, he goes, saves Elsa Faust, which I don't know, she has like one eye, and she shoots all the bad guys. He saves her. So Kittredge from the first movie shows up, you know, and you know, I was really, before I continue, I was tired of this praising of the film. I was tired how everyone likes this film. And there's this guy who did a video, and he explained why he didn't like the film. And he also said that the movie copied the first film, that the movie copied this film, the first film, but he forgot to mention that they copied the second movie. Mission Impossible Death Reckoning copies this film. Yes, the first film is a completely copy of the first film. Kittredge returns from the first movie. Yes, Kittredge returns from the first movie, but it's almost the same. You know, he's once again on a train. Once again, they copy the first movie. Once again, Tom Cruise storms in it with a gas, throws some gas, you know, so that everyone falls asleep. I think that was already in Goldfinger from James Bond, and And Kittredge says the same line that he did in the first movie when he said, you know, Kittredge, you have not seen me. You have not seen me upset yet. And it's the same lines, you know. Sorry to make you upset. It's the same lines. The movie is the same story. It copies the first movie and the second movie copies. That's why I consider this movie not the worst one Mission Impossible film anymore. That is why. I think Mission Impossible 2 deserves an apology. That's what I think. But no, of course I won't get it because people hate part 2, think it's the worst one. Well, not anymore. That Reckoning to me is the worst Mission Impossible movie I have seen. I mean, this was the most expensive film. It cost what? It cost Tom Cruise $290 million to pay for the film, for the effects, but he did nothing new. This movie did nothing new for me. You know, the jump with the motorcycle, I already saw that. It was in GoldenEye. Pierce Brosnan jumped off with a motorcycle off the cliff and he catch the airplane. That was in GoldenEye already. The parachute thing was in Transporter that Jason Statham jumped and landed with a parachute on the train. I already saw that. Tom Cruise did not do nothing new with this franchise. The jump was necessary. It did not impress me that much, the film. You know, I would rather watch this film again. When I watched that record and I wanted to see this movie again. Watch this movie. This movie is the best Mission Impossible film. This is everything about. This is how it's done, the film. And for the whole 3 hours, there's nothing but chase for those 2 keys. And of course, this girl, she once again returned. She has the one half of the key. And Tom Cruise once again is chasing her. You know, from this movie, yeah, he's chasing her once again. You know, and she has the key. And Kittredge, you know, with the CIA or MI Pasha wants the key once again back. Ethan Hunt's been once again framed. He's been chased again. And there's this bitch in the film, Haley Atwell, she plays Grace. She's a thief. But you already have the thief. She was in part 2, Nayak. That was the thief. She was the thief in this movie. You already had the thief. So he stole once again a concept and he put the thief in part from Mission Impossible 2 in this movie. And it was nothing new. Why did Grace, which is a stupid name, why was Grace became the love interest of Tom Cruise, or we should call it of Ethan Hunt? Why she was a love interest? I'll tell you why. Because Tom Cruise and Haley Atwell, now they are dating. And I only know her friend. She played Peggy Carter, which the first time she was in Captain America. I think it was the first Avenger. She was in that movie the first time she showed up. But Haley Atwell and Tom Cruise are both dating. They are both dating. Tom Cruise is fucking her in the ass, and that's one of the reasons she became Ethan's new love interest. And yet they go and kill off Elsa Faust, one of my favorite characters. Yes, she gets killed off. One of my favorite characters gets killed off in this film. Yes, she gets killed off. One of my favorite characters, Elsa Faust, gets killed after 1 hour, 38 minutes in the film. She gets killed off. Just like that, she gets killed off. And this is why should I like the film? She gets killed off, you know. I paid the movie theater and it was disappointment. Killing Elsa Faust was the worst mistake Tom Cruise did. You know, he only did it because Haley Atwell is now his new girlfriend. So, let's kill off Elsa Faust and let's have now in the film, let's have now in the film new mistress, new girlfriend. Let's have now Grace in the film. So I think there was in this airport, or where they were in the airport, and Grace steals this guy's key, and Ethan Hunt is chasing her. Um, and she is like eluding him. I just don't appreciate how she left, Ethan Hunt many times, to get killed. And Ethan Hunt says, "I'm trying to help you," and she escapes in the car, crashes with the car. She crashed with the car. They were both handcuffed. No, it just the car chase scenes did not impress me. And I know there was this woman in it, played Paris. I think she's a French actress, Pomme Clementiev. She's a French actress. She was chasing them with that car. I think they used the same car in Fast 5. I think they used with that armored car. She was chasing them. And in the movie, they use Fiat 500 yellow. Seriously. I mean, in GoldenEye, they actually had similar car, but it wasn't a car chase, thank God. But they had car chase. It didn't impress me. The car chases didn't impress me. They probably, how many cars are destroyed because of Tom Cruise and his stupid, arrogant behavior. And yeah, the car chase did not. The car chase did not really impress me. It had nothing to do new. It was nothing new with the car chase. The action sequences are barely in the film. Yes, we have a fight on the train. I see better fights on the train, and that was in Broken Arrow. I saw in Broken Arrow better fights trains. The fight scenes. So Easy Morales is a bad guy. This is a prequel to the first movie also. Before Ethan Hunt becomes an agent IMF. And he and Gabriel, I think they were lovers, or I think they were partners. I have no idea. But now Gabriel is now a terrorist, and he's also chasing the key, and he goes and kills off, Elsa. First fights off Grace, overpower her easy, and then we have a fight scene in which Elsa Faust dies. Elsa Faust dies in this film. She's been stabbed, and I thought the fight sequence was boring. I fall asleep. Elsa Faust, which is one of my favorite characters, we also have the back, she gets killed that easily, she gets killed for no reason. And even this movie is better, but killing my favorite character is useless. And yes, I love this film to death. And this will be my second favorite. These two are the best films. These two really are the best films. Yeah, these two are the best films, in my opinion. But Death Reckoning to me is the worst one. It's the worst film. Through the whole movie, nothing happens. Luther Stickle disappears after 1 hour, 30 minutes. He disappears for the rest of the film. We only have here Benji. Ethan Hunt's team is terrible. There's beside Luther and Benji, Elsa gets killed. There's no one anymore. Grace is not part of the team, but Ethan non-stop saving her, which is really waste of potential, was waste of material of the film. So there's this action scene in the Prague, which, yes, it's a Prague. It's the first, just like was in the first movie. Remember the first movie. Remember this film when this guy was killing everyone, in the first movie when this guy was killing everyone, the Prague, whether the mission. In this movie, Gabriel kills in the Prague, in the same bridge that we saw in the first movie, kills Elsa Faust. Why? Why Elsa Faust had to die? Why? Why they had to kill her off? She was one of my favorite characters. I mean, I thought this movie perfectly ended the franchise. There's no need another Mission Impossible film. This movie ended the franchise. And why killing her off? Why? Why killing her off? Why did you kill movie my favorite character? Fuck you. Rebecca Ferguson was so good in the film. In part 5, part 6, she was great. Why decide to change the story, make a new love interest? Why? Fuck you, Tom Cruise, and fuck you, Christopher McGuire, or whoever you are, or Christopher McGuire for this movie. Fuck both of you. You keep with this. You kill off my favorite character. How dare you to kill my favorite character? And there is this chase. There is this fight between Tom Cruise and Paris in this alley. And I barely could see any moves because it was shaky cam non-stop. It was shaking cam like this, it was shaking cam. The fight sequence, I don't know what was about, or how Tom Cruise even overpowered this French actress, I have no idea, because I could not see anything, because it was way too dark, and the camera was keep shaking. It was a shaky cam. It was too many CGI in it. And so he decided, to spare her life. He grabbed a stick. Why he grabbed a long metal stick if he decided not to hurt her? And he hits in the wall and leaves her to live, which is a surprise. Yet Gabriel then, he goes and tries to kill her on the train. Why? He tries to kill her on the train because she did not kill Ethan Hunt. Why? Why did you do that? Izzy Morales was the worst and the weakest villain I have saw. And he I don't know what was he doing in this film. No, this movie was just terrible. This is the worst one. In the final sequence of the train, I already saw that. This movie did the train sequence. It perfectly did in this movie. This movie did great. This movie was fantastic. The train sequences was nothing new. The train sequence, the train fallout. Tom Cruise saves. He keeps saving. He falls out. The whole train falls off the bridge. And Tom Cruise and Haley Atwell are climbing up. We already saw that. That was in Jurassic Park, the Lost World Jurassic Park, or more Jurassic Park 2. Already saw that sequence. Just that was a trailer. This was the train. I already saw the train, and that was in Wanted 2008. They copied. It made nothing new. And then Paris goes and saves both of them, and she's dying. And Tom Cruise runs away. He goes and runs away, and Grace decides, she's gonna work now for Kittredge to save her life. And he runs away with a parachute, makes nothing new. No, the action sequences are boring, are dull, are stupid, are wasted. This movie copies the first film. This is the second time I saw Kittredge on the train. When is it gonna stop? Kittredge was in the first movie, the train, now is the second time. When is this movie going to stop? When? This was the worst movie ever. It was ridiculous. It was stupid. I didn't like the Fiat 500 chase at all in the film. I didn't like it. And now the problems was this movie, this movie was shut down 3 times in a row because of COVID-19, because the crew members got sick. 12 crew members got tested positive, and Tom Cruise paid them, in the old ship to, so they could have filmed the film. He invested $500,000, actually 500,000 euros, for the ship when he was filmed that time in Italy. The movie was also filmed, the car chase was also filmed in Italy with Fast X. They both had problems because they were both filming at the same time. The chase scenes, it was just another problem caused the film. This movie really caused the problems. And Tom Cruise was renting. He had 3 times rent on the crew members. Because 2 crew members were sitting by the computer together. They were not 2 meters away because they were violating COVID-19 protocol. And December 17th, he yelled at them. He was threatening them that he's going to be fired. He rant on it. And many of the people defended Tom Cruise, his behavior, which I understand. But But Tom Cruise did not care about his people. He only cared about making this film. He even make it clear, oh, we're not gonna shut this movie down. Really? It's not your cruise members fought Tom Cruise. You know, it was the China who caused this COVID-19 to us. So it's not crew members' fault. Because of you, they quit. And I actually heard the industry, the porn industry, invite them then. You know, because of you, because of your rage. You know, and I know George Clooney and Whoopi Goldberg, they defended him. I was on his side at the time, but after I saw this film, not anymore. No. That was unprofessional what you did, Tom Cruise, and that really was not necessary. 5 crew members quit on this film because of Tom Cruise's rage. Yeah. And I understand, but to me it doesn't sound that he cared about the film or the industry. He only cared, you know, about his people or the co-workers. He only cared to make this movie. Because yes, this was his movie, he paid the movie, which I understand. But there is nothing new. Tom Cruise didn't do nothing new. I already saw in other films. The story is stolen from For Your Eyes Only, James Bond, in which Roger Moore played for 1981. The story was also, you know, the jump with the motorcycle. You already took it from GoldenEye right there. You took it from GoldenEye. The parachute scene or the train, I already saw that. That was in Transporter. Jason Statham landed it with the parachute. You didn't do nothing new. The bungee jump, the jump was already stolen from James Bond GoldenEye. The story was stolen from For Your Eyes Only. You have not do nothing new with the film. You forgot what's going on, and there's nothing new. And we don't know what this key opens the device. Or why are 2 keys? For what? We have to wait now 2 years or next year? You know, Haley Atwell as Grace, she was the worst. You know, she was the worst. And Vanessa Kirby didn't do nothing much in the film. Grace, she grabbed, you know, she make a mask and she wanted to get the money for the kid to solve the kid rich. Then she changed her mind, which I don't know why she changed her mind. And Vanessa Kirby, she was unconscious and she tried to wake up. It just make no sense, the film, you know. Yeah, the film was filmed in Italy, in Rome, which Fast X was filmed in the car chases, you know, so that kind of caused the film with the problems, Due to release of Barbie and Oppenheimer, this film suffered the biggest second weekend box office drop of any film in the franchise. You know, even this movie, you know, surpassed them. This movie dropped out 53%. Now, there was nothing new about this film. The motorcycle jump, which was filmed, was in Norway. So, yes, Tom Cruise filmed, I think back in 2021, he filmed in Norway. Was in Hilsutskopin, Romsdal. It was filmed in Norway. I just didn't say so. It was filmed in Norway. But there was nothing new. Besides the motorcycle jump, there was all the action sequences Tom Cruise filmed lacked in the film. The story was not new. It was rehashed. It was stolen from For Your Eyes Only. It was stolen. The jump was stolen for GoldenEye. And the explosion in the film was actually stolen from Tomorrow Never Dies and For Your Eyes Only. They stole it. Just in this movie, they are Russians. They're not Britons. They're Russians in this movie. And they just stole it. There was nothing new. The cast sucked. And no Jonathan Rhys Meyers in this film. No Maggie Q. No Michelle Monaghan in this film. No Paula Patton. no Jeremy Renner in this film, no Alec Baldwin in this film. You know, everyone from this film is gone. No one in this film was in the film. No. This was seriously the worst Mission Impossible film I have seen. It was terrible. It sucked balls. It was 3 hours over long. Why killing off Elsa Faust was really slap in my face. Why killing her off? Why? Why killing Elsa Faust? Explain to me why killing off Elsa Faust. Why? She was my favorite character, my favorite actress. Rebecca Ferguson was least decent. But once again, she was a rogue agent. She was like killing, shooting everyone. And Tom Cruise, he goes in this sand, just like we saw John Wick 4 in the beginning, John Wick 4, when he kills the elder in the sand. That is the same thing that was in this film. Tom Cruise kills all the assassins. He saves Elsa Faust. He goes and he goes and fakes her death. Yet she comes back out of death to help Ethan once again. Why? Why killing her off? Why movie? You know. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. This film ended the franchise perfectly. This is the best Mission Impossible. And she should not have died, you know. They should not have killed off the character, Elsa Faust. One of my favorite characters. She should not be killed. Luther Sticker disappears for 1 hour 30 minutes, doesn't do almost nothing good in the film. And Banshee once again jumps on it, just like Ethan Hunt did, you know, and Luther is telling him what to do on the airport to disarm that bomb. It's a decoy. The bomb is not real, it's a decoy, you know. People who are saying that this film is bad, check this out, this movie is worse. This movie is not even close bad. But I have nothing much to say about the film, you know, except I'm running out of time. But Tom Cruise, you cannot do nothing good with the film. There's anything good with the film. You cannot do nothing good except there was nothing new. The story was already taken. 2 hours and 43 minutes was way too long. It was snore fast. It was boring. Wondering what kind of grass did you smoke on this film? Because the story, you know, there was 3 writers. I think I wrote them down somewhere. There were 3 writers. Bruce Geller, Eric Jentresen, and Christopher McGuire, and they came up with this story. And I still don't know what those 2 keys are opening, and how the second key was in that man's arms. How did land the second key, or how the first key also this White Widow got the hands on it. How she got the hands on it. Why the CIA, played by Kidrich, you know, Henry Zerny wants this key back. Why he's offering the money? I don't understand. There's no explanations. The action sequences, what action sequences? It's boring, it's snore-fest, it's dull. Am I the only one that did not like this film? Am I the only one that saw how that this movie copies the first film? Weak villain, terrible villain, boring film. Action sequences makes nothing for the film. No. This movie sucks. Yeah, I said it. This movie sucks. Mission Impossible Death Reckoning is overrated, oversnow, disappointing film. It's boring. It has no new film. What action sequences? What's to like about it? Except the jump with the motorcycle, which is a Norway in the mountains, but that was it. But the motorcycle jump was not spectacular. Because I saw a motor jumping scene, and that was in this film. In GoldenEye, right there, I have a poster. That was spectacular. Tom Cruise cannot do nothing new with the film. It was the most expensive film, yet it's the worst one. Part 2 is the best. It's not even the worst one. You know, it copied this film. They stole this film. Everything from this film was stolen. The idea, the concept was stolen. The train sequence was stolen. It's a prequel to this film now. It's harvested up, the prequel harvested in the present now. And I did read that they wanted to go back in the 80s. I don't know why they wanted to back in 1989. Why? I have no idea. But they stole the idea from this movie. It's the same plot. I mean, are you people so dumb, so stupid that you could not see that the whole plot was stolen from For Your Eyes Only? Because it was the chase for these 2 keys, you know, which opened some sort of device. That was already For Your Eyes Only. They were actually chasing this communication device, ATAC, which you can't communicate with the British fleet. So yes, that was almost the same story. I'm surprised they didn't stole the action sequences. The fight sequence on the train did not impress me with Izzy Morales and Tom Cruise. It did not impress me. I already saw the sequences. I think that was in the first Mission Impossible. You know what? This movie is better. This movie is better. When I watch this movie again, this movie is better than that record in Part 1. You know, this movie is the best one. This movie is great. This movie is great. And when I watched this movie, I said this is my favorite Mission Impossible film. But actually, Fallout became now my favorite because I saw the film movie theater. I have not seen this on the movie theater, but yes, this is a damn good film. You know, this is the best Tom Cruise, my favorite Tom Cruise film. This is the best. This is how we do. This is how we do a film. It has great sequences, great action sequences. It has everything that the movie wanted. You know, this movie did nothing new. Even this movie is not the worst one. No, that movie is not the worst one. But you know what? I recommended that you watch this film. This film is the best one. It's a really good one. But the best one will always be Fallout. This will be the best one. And of course this one will be the best one. This 3 definitely the best one. And I know I love Ghost Protocol. I love this film. This is also awesome. These 4 films are really great to me. You know, the third one is okay. The second one has problems, but this is the worst one. The worst Mission Impossible film. And I'm just going to end here with a rant. Yes, this is a rant. Tom Cruise, fuck you. Christopher Maguire, please fuck you. And Tom Cruise, retire. You know, yeah, I hope the part 2 is going to be the last one. I hope the 8th Mission Impossible is the last one. Because this was disappointment. There's nothing to do with the film. I don't like this film. Especially how they copied this film. How they copied the first film. I don't like it. You know. But, yeah, that's my thoughts on Mission Impossible 7 Death Reckoning. Take care. And I hope you like my review. And the rant. By the way, this movie is disappointment. It's a piece of shit movie. It's a boring, it's an overlong film. Yes, I said it. Tom Cruise, you ruined it. You fucked up. By the way, why killing off my favorite character? Why you have to kill her off? Why? Why you have to kill the love of my life? She's the best. You know, Elsa Faust never should be killed. I would rather see if Rebecca Ferguson would not return in this film. You know, at least she lived in this film. She lived in this film only to kill her off in this film like that easy. No. Fuck this movie. I said it. Fuck this movie. Fuck Mission Impossible. Said that record and fuck this movie. So anyway, take care. I'm out. Peace and bye bye.